Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nadhira Izza from Class B Instrumentation. Today I will presentation about my project. So here is a table of content of my presentation. There is 3 chapters. First chapter, we discuss about background, formulation of the problem, purpose of the project. On the second chapter, we discuss about previous research, electrical design, mechanical design, CanSat configuration, ground control system, and tools and the material. Uh, at the last of my presentation, I will explain about my conclusion of my project. So first, first of all, uh, I will explain about the background of my project. So the CanSat is a competition that is organized by AS or American Astronautical Society. This project was created to meet the needs of complex engineering projects. So here is a formulation of the problem of my project. First is how to measure altitude, barometric pressure, temperature, battery voltage, probe tilt angle, common echo, and encompassing GPS coordinates, latitude, longitude, altitude, and number of digitally tracked satellites. And then how to make a sophisticated machine that is a satellite rocket drone. And here is a purpose of my project. First is looking for a solution how to measure, to create sophisticated engines to imitate satellite rockets. Third is to create a mechanism for release the probe from the container, and then to deploy heat shield and altitude 500 meter, and then to remove the heat shield and release the second parachute and altitude 200 meter. And then the last of the purpose of my project is to make probe stand on landing and make the flag rise up to 500 millimeters when it's standing. So we enter the second chapter. Here is previous research. I will explain about what is CanSat. So the CanSat is a simulation of a real satellite. This is integrated within the volume and shape of a soft drink can. All the major subsystems found in a satellite, such as power, sensors, and a communication system into this minimal volume. So here is about the electrical design of our subsystem at the CanSat. So here is a mechanical design. There is a probe and container. Before I will explain more about this mechanical design, CanSat is a unit of probe and the container. So there is probe. Inside the probe, there is all of subsystem of the CanSat, but inside the container, there's nothing inside. There's no subsystem, oval, like electrical. There's nothing inside the container. So the next is CanSat configuration. So this is my job. That's I make the mechanism of release of probe from the container. So the probe will release from the container at the 500 meter. But this configuration has a weakness. There is 3 weaknesses of this configuration release mechanism. So first is, if the force of the magnetic field as a lock for the container lid is weak, it is possible that the lid may open in the event of a shock and cause the probe to detach from the container. And the second, if the magnetic field is too strong, while the pushing force by the probe is smaller than the magnetic force, the probe fails to escape from the container because it fails to push and let open. The less of the weakness is magnetic fields can become noise for the components, especially sensors contained in the probe. So here is a ground control system. This is a general user interface from the ground control system, and this is a flashover design. This content is ladder diagram, flow chart of the program software, the flight software, and there is a flight software design coding. At the flight software, we use programming language C and C++, and then Arduino IDE and XCTU for XB setup. So here is a example of how to set up the router and coordinator for the XB. And this is an example of how flash software is communication. This is communication between XB and XB. Is used for the communication or telemetry of our subsystem. And here is the last of my presentation. I will explain about the conclusion. So CanSat is a CAN satellite that is made to measure voltage, coordinates, temperature, speed, tilt, humidity, and several other parameters used for space research. And thank you for the attention. Sorry if I made a mistake and my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.